What's going on, everybody? Cameron with the Salt Strong team. We're doing something a little different today. We are in Southeast Florida, over here on the Treasure Coast, right by Stewart. We're here with two of our partners, FishAholic and SeeYaDude. Gentlemen, you want to talk about what we got into today?
Today has been phenomenal. Got on a good fat snook bite, made our way offshore, got on some king mackerel, bonita, which eventually turned into really good mutton snapper bait.
We've been on the water since sunrise. We've been fishing hard until about 4 p.m. We just had dinner and the day's still not done yet. We're gonna go out, see if we can get maybe some big jacks here at the end of the day. We're gonna start this video first thing in the morning when we first arrived. We're getting on those fat snook and we got some great tips for you guys, so stay tuned. All right, we just got out here on the boat. We're pulling up to the first spot. It's a spot that Rich already has, but we kind of want to show you what makes this spot good and what to kind of look for that you can find on the Salt Strong Smart Fishing Spots app. So we have it pulled up on Rich's phone right now, and he'll kind of go through the different layers of kind of why this is a good spot to try and hit.
First, we'll go to the App Store, download it, and once it's downloaded, you can just click it, and you'll have a GPS satellite image map here, and we're going to be fishing around St. Lucie Inlet, and I can click the little bubble. It'll give you some quick information and reports. You can go down to the Tides app right here. This is what we're going to use a lot today to kind of dictate where we're going to fish, and right now it's the start of the incoming tide, and this spot generally is really good at the start of the incoming or the end of the incoming. So basically when it starts to pick up and when it starts to kind of ease off and slow down. And also today it is a full moon, you can see here. And we also have the weather forecast, 0% chance of rain, low winds, only 3 miles per hour. And our fishing forecast is 8.5, Brent.
Oh, let's go.
So that's a pretty good fishing forecast. And we're gonna start inshore and then I think work our way out onto the ocean and hit some nearshore wrecks, and hopefully we'll encounter some fish. This first spot though, hopefully we'll find some snook.
All right, so we just pulled up to the spot with this nice drop off here on the shoreline. What's your go-to way to try and work it?
So right now we got incoming tide, the current's flowing from east to west, and I like to fish 3 to like 5-inch paddle tails here on 1/2 ounce jig heads. I'll cast it up current, try and get it down like 20 to 15 feet, and you kind of want to be within like 2 feet of that bottom, and you want to jig it up 1 to 2 feet, follow it back down. And because we're working it with the current, this paddle tail is going to be moving faster, so you're really trying to get a reaction bite from those fish that are facing into the current. They see that lure, you know, swim right by them, and they can't resist to just turn on it and munch it.
Yep.
And another key thing I look for, which is perfect in the mulligan, is that you want to find a bait that is going to swim on the fall and on the rise as you're jigging it. Yep. So this bait has a ton of movement, a lot of vibration, a lot of flash down there, and there are some little soft plastics that they like to kind of turn sideways when they're sinking, and I kind of turn away from baits like that because it just doesn't look as natural to me. So yep, these baits, they get the job done for sure.
So yeah, I'll show you guys on the app, but right here, Rich is talking about how it drops down to about 20 feet deep, this close to shore. There's a fish. Cameron's on! Oh yeah, that's a good fat snook right there.
First fat snook.
Ever?
Yeah.
There you go.
I never fished over here.
That's a lot of action.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a decent one, Cameron.
Yeah, there you go, Cameron.
Look, he's got like a little bite mark on his tail.
Double up, baby.
The wedding crasher color.
There you go.
Brent's got a good one too.
I think you got me beat a little bit. Ah, that's a good one.
Oh, let me guess. I think you got loopy. I think that one's bigger than mine.
There you go. Look at us.
Heck yeah.
Woo! There we go right there.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Rich putting us on the spot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was right.
See you, dude. You guys are figuring it out.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, man.
It works.
Sweet. Yeah, we got about a 1/2 ounce jig head right here, 40-pound leader, wedding crasher color. and the mulligan. The mulligan's a little bit bigger profile by Salt Strong as opposed to the 2.0. And that's crushing these fat snook up right here by this drop off. Camera's on.
Oh god. You're like, I need to put the camera away.
There you go.
I think it's a common. The first common?
Is it?
Yeah. It's too skinny to be.
No, it's a fat.
It's a really skinny fat?
Yeah,
It's skinny fat.
After that one, we're gonna go closer to that point back there.
This is a nice skinny fat snook right there.
Rich on a good one right now.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a tank fat snook. That's why we're here.
Nice, dude.
What an awesome fish. 26 and like an 1/8 inch fat snook. What an epic fight on some light tackle. So cool.
Oh! Yep. That's better. Oh yeah. Good fatty. Good fatty right there. All right, now that's my one. We're looking for one more. Get on over here, dude. Woo!
Pretty cool, dude.
Yeah. They are stacked right here at this little drop off that we found. Got them on the wedding crasher right there, baby.
Rigged weedless too.
Yeah.
Nice to see that.
Do a little dive bomb on them. See you, dude.
Almost high tide, and so that clear ocean water is pushed up along these rocks here. So I'm using 20-pound leader now. Oh, there was a bite. And I'm trying to cast to these rocks. Oh, still getting bites, probably snapper. And I try to get it as close as I can without getting hung up. Sometimes you gotta risk it to just know that you're in the strike zone. And it drops off to about 5-8 feet in different areas. And I don't really reel that much. I just give little half turns as I'm kind of just following that little presentation down along the edge of the rocks. One key factor I like to try and do when I'm fishing along most inlets here on the southeast coast of Florida is I try to focus on the beginning or the end of the tides. Just like that first spot we hit earlier, I was focusing on the uptick of the tide. Now we're here at the mouth of St. Lucie Inlet and we're fishing the slowdown of the incoming tide. And you can catch fish when it's really, really ripping and it's racing hard, but it just starts to get a little more challenging because your lure or your bait is not going to be in the strike zone as long, and it also takes a lot more energy and effort for those fish to track and get on your presentation. If you focus on those slower parts where it starts to increase or decrease, I think it'll help you catch more fish.
So one thing I'm trying to do, I specifically put on the weedless round eye jig head right here. I'm just kind of being a little reckless, but getting it right up in these pockets, right in the rocks right here, because a lot of times the snook are going to be as deep in those rocks, kind of ambushing prey. So if you can kind of get your bait in there and using a weedless presentation like that is the best way to try and limit the amount of snags you're going to get. But if you can kind of target, you can see all the rocks that are right here. If you see a little deeper area in between two rocks like I see right here, just kind of drop it right in there and let it sink down. A lot of times that's where the fish are going to be. First common of the day.
And I'm looking at the current flowing by the rocks now. It looks like, oh hey, it just started going out, the tide. So I got this bite right at the start of the outgoing. All right. They're pretty.
Yeah, when
they're
they
really
get out on the ocean like that.
Yeah, and they're really lightly colored because that's sand and clear water. Beautiful. Here's a little tip for you if you're using light leader to get bites from snook. And if you don't know, they have a very abrasive mouth. So you can see here right above my lure, that little fish did quite a bit of damage. And since this is only 20 pound, if I played him probably any harder, there would have been a lot more likely chance that he could have frayed right through it. So what I like to do is I keep my drag slightly tighter just for the hook set, and then once I know that he's on there, I'll back off on the drag and kind of let them take some line, let them relax. They actually will relax when you loosen up on them. They'll give you like 1 or 2 good runs, and then they'll kind of just start to come in. And that's how I, you know, catch snook of all sizes from 20 inches to 40 inches on lighter line. Even with live bait, sometimes you got to use 25, 30 pound fluoro to get a bite. And these fish are pressured, so that's what you got to do sometimes.
We decided to run offshore, and the first goal was to catch bonita for bait. We used the Smart Fishing Spots app with the artificial reef filter to find a spot where we can make that happen. Doubled up. We think they're bonita. I was doing a little crankbait back there. Rich had a little feather. We're just trying to get bait right now for potentially some mutton snapper.
Oh, they're beautiful bullet bonita.
Yeah, they are. We continued to troll for a little bit longer with no luck, so I switched over to a Slam Shady 2.0 on a jig head when I hooked into something I didn't expect.
Could have doubled up on it, bro.
Random.
On a nice king right here, guys.
Got a nice little kingfish when we're trying to...
Ate the paddle tail, huh?
Yeah. Oh! There we go. All right, he's going on the smoker back home, baby.
He choked.
Oh, he cut it. He cut it right there.
Cut it right there.
Wow. The fact I got him in on a paddle tail, 40 pound, just a little Slam Shady.
Choked it.
Yeah. That's like the perfect
I don't know how
size.
you didn't get cut off, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's like the perfect size for throwing on the smoker. Dropping down a Slam Shady on a jig head trying to get some bonita. Got a kingfish with 40 pound leader on, no wire. Somehow got it to the boat without it cutting me off. I think we're gonna move spots, see what else we can do, but that was a fun little fight right there. With bait secured, we ran further out with hopes of finding mutton snapper. Again, we used the app with a contour lines filter to find an area where the bottom looked promising.
Simple mutton rig that we're using now. Here you can see I have a 4/0 circle hook, and generally you want to start with probably like 30 or 40 foot of 30 pound fluorocarbon leader. As you're letting your leader out, you want to attach it to a little barrel swivel here. I like to put a bead and then an egg sinker on another top shot leader here that is FG knotted to my mainline 30 pound braid. And I like to do that because sometimes if you tie the braid directly to the swivel, when this is dropping down, your main leader can wrap on that braid, and that's how you can find yourself in a nightmare. Especially all you want to do is catch fish. You don't want to be dealing with a ton of knots. So I find that if you have at least like 15 feet of that top shot leader and then go to the swivel, you decrease your chance to get tangled as much on the way down.
Oh.
That a bite?
Doesn't feel like he's on there, but definitely got the taps.
Yeah, sometimes they'll swim at you too, so like you won't. Sometimes they swim away, sometimes they swim at you, and they'll just be sitting there with it in their mouth.
Come on.
Oh, get him, Brent. Get him, Brent.
Just cranking. Don't even think twice. Don't even think twice. Just crank. They came through.
Doubled up.
Mutton! Woo! So something that happened with this fish right here is I felt the initial bite of when he ate, but then I felt nothing afterwards. And apparently Rich was talking about how sometimes they'll eat it and kind of swim back toward your weight, kind of up your line. The circle hook was all the way down his throat, which means he had it for a while. So that's exactly what happened with this fish. So I just left it down there for a little bit longer, felt a couple more taps of him on there, and I just reeled down and didn't stop reeling until he's to the boat. So that's awesome right there. That's dinner. Cameron's on a good one.
When that sinker comes up, back up so I can grab the leader. Come on, Cameron. There's the leader. There's the leader.
Keep going, keep going. Let's see that weight.
I see the sinker.
I see the fish. Keep going. All right, I got the net.
All right, so stop reeling. Biggest mutton of the day.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah! Woo! Way to go, Cameron.
Heck yeah.
Never a doubt.
High five again.
Never a doubt.
That's the trophy we're after.
All right, guys, first mutton. So cool. Awesome fish. Should be the PB for a little bit. Or 5 minutes, we'll see.
These fish don't make it easy for you, especially since you know you're competing for them.
I see him down there. You got the weight? I'll net him.
Grab that.
There you go.
Oh, it's a stud.
Woo! He's in the boat. There we go. Dude, let's freaking go.
Beautiful mutton right there. Man, these fish know how to throw down, right, Cameron? Yeah. They'll give you a workout, especially since you know that you got to get them up before the sharks or the Goliath grouper grab them. And this one actually had me in the bottom for a second, then I hopped over to the port side of the boat and it came off the bottom and cranked them up. And if you're wondering why the cutting board looks like that and we haven't thrown the carcasses over, it's because we're trying not to attract any larger predators like more sharks or grouper. So wait until we're done to throw over any scraps.
Look at these fish in the bowl. That was our little offshore mission. Ended up getting 6 keeper muttons. I got 1, Cameron got 1. Rich came in clutch with a 4 right there, so that was sick. And we still got all the mullet in the back. We're gonna see if we can get some big jacks, maybe snook and stuff on the mullet later on. So I'm hungry, I'm tired a little bit, so let's go get some food. We made the run back in to stop at a restaurant on the water for a quick dinner before targeting big jacks at sunset.
So guys, here we are trying to catch some big jack crevalle. And in the past, many would consider them trash fish. Some people still consider them trash fish. But if you are looking for one fish inshore, pound for pound, that is probably the hardest fighting fish. These big jacks that get like 20 to 40, even 50 pounds if you're extremely lucky. And the key is, when targeting these fish, is to find an area with current. I'm using an 8/0 circle hook, 60-pound fluorocarbon.
Cameron, on you, yep. Oh, that's a big jack. That's a big jack. Oh, he's on it. Another big swirl on it. Oh!
Look at that pop! Look at that pop! Did he get it?
Oh, now he did.
Now he's got it. Oh, hold, let him eat it, let him eat it. I'll let you know when. Let him go, let him go.
Hit it.
Crank like hell, crank like hell. Just crank. Penetrate that hook.
There you go, dude. That's a big one. I'm not gonna lie, you're kind of working this thing right now. Yeah.
The fish ain't done yet. He's just getting started.
Rich is like, you shouldn't have said that. There he goes.
Woo! We found him!
There you go.
Good fish. Not a bad one.
That's a mullet muncher right there.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Good fish.
Good fish right there.
A mullet muncher.
Good job, dude.
That is a pretty good mess of fish.
Well, there we go, guys. Look at that beautiful fillet table right there. We got some more work to do. The work's not done. We gotta get all these filleted up, bagged up, and everything. But amazing day out there.
Definitely keeping in tune with that Smart Fishing Spot app helped a lot today. You know, staying on top of the game, on top of the tides.
Yep.
And also just the weather conditions. It was beautiful out there.
Yeah, it was.
We could not have had a better day. And you guys timed it perfectly. So
Heck yeah, man.
Now we just gotta get these ready for the table.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching this video, and we will see you guys next time.
Clap.
Oh, got it. Check out Salt Strong's Smart Fishing Spots app to access all the features like the AI game plan, water temp layers, and so much more. Also, Salt Strong offers a free tides platform along with numerous other free resources you should check out. Links to everything will be in this video's description. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Just had lunch, late dinner, or no, to choose a bait that swims on the fall and on the up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I knew that was gonna.
Woo!
Yeah!
I snagged the bottom.
So hard. Come on, camera, we gotta get your hair flowing in the wind. Yeah, hold on, their gill plates are sharp, just FYI.
Yeah.
And their fins.
Jesus.